Meeting is probably not the right word, but we first came into contact with one another in back in 2008, I think. Yeah, 2008, through the power of the internet.
It all started on the internet.
We met through a dating website.
And it's not a dating site. To make that clear. I put up my profile just for fun, had nothing to do, so. And then a couple of days later, checked my emails, like, whoa, I got a few emails from interest. I'm like, well, okay. Most of them actually replied back in Vietnamese, and I couldn't read Vietnamese, so I thought, nope, they're out of the list. And only one that came back with an English response.
Profile attracted me because, yeah, she was from Melbourne, and yeah, and it seems like she was yeah, a good person, so I thought I'd give it a try.
He seemed alright guy, not my type of guy. So, and at that time I was like, yeah, it's only friends, so don't worry. Just respond to him and see how we go from there. So, and then from then on we just exchanged emails.
Thank God for the www.
Well, after probably a few weeks of exchange emails, that I finally said, okay, you know, accepted to meet up with him, because I was a bit scared of meeting up.
Well, I picked it up at her place in Thomastown. My first impression was that, not that I saw her, but where she lived, and when I got to her place, and I was thinking, damn, that's a big house. So that was my first impression, yeah. But when I first saw her, yeah, then yeah, it was pretty much what I expected, because she sent me a photo, or in her profile anyway, there was a photo of her, so I wasn't surprised, or yeah, so that's my first impression of her. But yeah, she's had a nice smile. I remember that the most. Yeah, she had a nice smile, so that was a bonus. Yeah.
So he suggested we go to Mount Macedon on the weekend. I've never been to Mount Macedon, heard of it, so I thought, why not? It's a good opportunity to go for a free ride. Yeah, so yeah, he came on a Sunday, I think, yeah, around midday, probably somewhere there, and picked me up, and we drove to Mount Macedon. We went into a few gardens, and we had lunch, and which actually, very surprising, he made lunch. That was like the first and the last lunch that he made. Yep, so very impressive. First kind of impression to, you know, to please the woman. So that was very nice of him. So, and the weather on that day turned out very beautiful. So it was quite a pleasant day out, and yeah, and he turned out to be quite a pleasant guy.
It went pretty well, I guess. A bit nervous at the start because obviously we never met each other, but just through phone conversations and so forth, yeah, I felt comfortable when I first met her.
So yeah, all good.
What do I like about her? I don't know.
About him. Oh, I don't know. There's so much things at the moment. I guess I'm thinking more of his bad habits and what I like about him. I guess Duong, he's very straightforward at times. He takes responsibility very well. He's quite open with his feelings and what he thinks. So that's pretty much opposite to I am. So I think that's very good, I find, in a person, to be open up, expressive, and take responsibility, and also he's got a good thing that if he says he'll do something, he'll do it right away. He doesn't take his time to do it, whereas I'm the opposite. I'm very much a last minute person, so it's good that he pushed me to do things, to be on time kind of thing, and be on schedule with things. So yeah, I quite admire his kind of straight outness, his expressing his feelings, and kind of like take actions quickly or on time. Yeah.
Having been with her for the last 4 years, she's very caring. That I must admit, she's very, very caring. She looks after me. and she always also puts me back in my spot or my place, so to speak. Sorry. Yeah, but I must say that, yeah, as I said again, she's a very loving, caring, and honest person. Just like anything, there are up and down moments in our life, but overall it's been a good experience with one another. But I suppose the main thing that attracted me to her, or what she's like, is that she does the ordinary things extraordinary well. Those just those little things she does very, very well. People might think, or I might think, it's very ordinary, I suppose, but she does those ordinary things, as I said, extraordinary well. Yeah, so that's Erin. Bad habits. Bad habits.
Bad habits. He's got a lot. He's got so many bad habits, seriously.
I don't see, to be honest, I don't see many.
What are his good habits? I can't think of any, but bad habits, he's got a lot.
But I guess she's very anal in terms of cleanliness and hygiene.
He just chucks clothes everywhere. Going on holidays, I get very paranoid with our room have to be neat and tidy, where clothes should be, have a shower after, you know, a long trip.
You know, wash your hands, have a shower.
Don't just stay, you know, just bum on the bed and just start sleeping. At least have a shower. Yeah, so he's got a lot of those kind of like laziness habits that I don't particularly like. And you could say at times, well, he tends to say I'm quite nagging on those things.
Sometimes she's too anal about cleanliness, I suppose, which is, I suppose, in a way a good thing, but, you know, a bad thing as well, because sometimes I'm just damn too lazy.
So, but it's not. It's just giving him some kind of, what do I say? Kind of like hygiene. Yes.
Yes, one of the things that I think attracted, or we have in common with one another, is that we do like travelling. And I guess our first travel experience together was
our Tasmania trip. It was a great trip, so it was a good opportunity for us to know each other more and also find out what we like.
Later that year, around October, November, we went on, we booked the trip to China for 5 weeks. Basically, we did the whole of China, or I wouldn't say did the whole China, but we did the major touristy things in China. Went to Tibet as well, which was a bonus. That was a very, very, I think, lightening trip, I suppose, to Tibet. Very religious place, I suppose. Yeah, and then after that, after the China thing, we headed to Hong Kong and Macau for a couple of days. And our next trip after that was, I think, to Malaysia, Singapore, and Vietnam. I think we went to Thailand as well for 2.5 weeks or so. And then another trip to Vietnam after that. And then another trip we did in 2000 and I think, yeah, 2011 we went to Japan together, which was another very, very good experience. And then recently in June we went back to China again, where sort of like I promised her that I'll take her back there to have some sort of like wedding photos. So tried to stay to my words or fulfill my promise to her. So Duong was the place. So went back there in 2012. Yep. it's one of these places is, you don't think it exists in the world, because it's just magical. The colours, the lakes, the waterfalls, the trees, just everything about it is magical. It's like a fairyland in some ways. You have to be there to see it and believe it.
Those beautiful blue pond, limestone ponds, and just the giant waterfalls, and it's just the people, the local people are surrounding there are just very different to our sort of current society. That kind of really touched us both very much.
It's a very magical place for us, and a place where it holds a great deal in our hearts. Because when there, I did say to her, as I said before, I did promise her that I'll take her back there to come to this place where it's blue skies, high up in the mountains, and yeah, it's just like fairyland on earth. So Jujay go. It's been a wonderful 4 years, I must say. As I said, like any relationship, there's always you have your ups and down moments, but through those up and down moments, we grew and we learn and we appreciate and understand and compromise one another quite a bit through, I suppose, love, but just that level of understanding that we have towards one another, and that respect we have towards one another makes life pretty easy, I suppose.
I'm quite lucky to have met Duong, considering the way we've met, and on the internet nowadays, obviously you're not very sure 100% how the people on the other side would be, how that person is actually portrayed to be when you meet them online. So I feel very lucky that Duong turned out a decent guy, and something he's turned out to be kind of like a truthful, faithful kind of guy. So yeah, I'm very lucky with that, and I hope that we can together. We do have a lot in common, and our personalities, our interests and likes, so that kind of made things progress further on into our relationship. And I hope going forward that we can continue to travel more. That's my main focus, travel more. Kids a bit later, I think. Travel more, and will be more exciting places to visit, and since I'm already used to all his bad habits, so that should be fine. I'm quite blessed.
Just want to say to her, I love you, Erin, and I do want to spend the rest of my life with you, and I hope you feel the same way, I suppose. But again, thank you very much for being by my side when I feel down, and being there for me when I needed you. And just want to say thank you, and I'll do my best to make you happy. And I love you, babe. Yeah.